this PowerPoint is to compile everything that I've learned at Ozarka with all the experiences I've had and how it's helped me grow. Why did I choose Ozarka instead of any other college? For one, it was close to home. I wasn't ready in high school. I wasn't ready to move out on my own. I thought it was too big of a college campus to go to a university, and I was just wanting to go forward into college but not exactly take the full step yet. And it was 18 minutes away from my hometown. You can see from right here in this map that it is only 18 minutes from Melbourne to Franklin, 20 minutes if I take the longer route. It's 40 minutes away from my mom's house. I'm really close to my family, so I wasn't ready to leave them yet. And I had taken the steps to go to college, and I was ready to fulfill my dream of being a veterinarian, but I wasn't wanting to go on my own just yet. For the second reason is that it was more affordable than the university that I'm transferring to. My family isn't exactly rich, and so I needed scholarships to pay for my college, and it was cheaper and a smarter method to go to Ozarka first and then finish my basics before I transferred and got my bachelor's degree. The tuition for Ozarka is $90 in-state per credit hour. You can see it down here. And out-of-state it was $188. Whereas at SAU it was $3,420 for the undergraduate program for 15 hours a semester. And that was based on an hourly thing. And so that's $228 per credit hour. So I didn't want to pay that much just to get the same basics that I would at Ozarka for cheaper. Another thing was the campus was small. I'm from a small town, and so big campuses in cities like Conway and their UCA campus were too big, and I freak out when I see them because I wouldn't know anyone, and I wouldn't recognize anyone because it's so big you rarely see the same people. But Ozarka had a smaller campus and a smaller student-to-teacher ratio. They had a 22 to 1 students to 1 teacher ratio. Plus, there's more hands-on experience because there's a smaller campus. The teachers can help me more than a university teacher could, because I can ask them for help and email them, and they'll get back to me faster than any other campus because there's less students. I know and recognize more people because we're in a more compact area than a university campus, and it's just a lot friendlier because it's smaller and not as hectic as a city campus would. So I like that a lot whenever I was considering where I wanted to go. Developing a career plan, how did Ozarka help me with this? When I got here, I was in Trio, and they helped me by providing suggestions for what colleges would be best to transfer to. Brian Jeffries really helped me with veterinarian colleges. He printed off a bunch of papers and was researching all of them and then communicating with me on which ones were best, which we decided that Oklahoma or Texas A&M would be the best one for me to go to. And Trio helped me on my career path because of that. Because not only did they provide that, but they provided different ways to get it, what kind of scholarships, and how exactly I needed to achieve my goal. I was also an Ozarka ambassador for Riley Bevel, and at the beginning I was really shy and unsociable, and when you're a veterinarian you're talking to people about their animals, and it's a really big part of the job. So being an ambassador really helped me with this, and it taught me how to become a leader so that I could go on and keep moving forward in my career plan. We were constantly at events, we were talking to people. Spring Fling, the Welcome Back event is a huge one. There's people showing up and we had to convince them, get out there, play some games, enjoy the fun. graduation day, we were talking to people that come through the door, saying welcome, handing out the flyers. Drunk driving awareness was more for the students, so I just got to meet new people and talk with them. And then the leadership conferences I went on were what really helped me. They pushed me to be a better version of myself, and they taught me how my personality works with other people and how to best get your opinion across without being negative about it. How all of this presented results from my career plan. I'm graduating May 9th with an AA General Education degree, and then I'm transferring to SAU in the fall and entering the Pre-Veterinary Science Bachelor Degree Program. And I'm going to get scholarships, and TRIOs help me figure out financial aid options if I need it. And simultaneously, while I'm going to SAU, I'll be working at a vet clinic to get volunteer hours and complete my admissions checklist to Oklahoma's vet school, or Texas A&M if I choose that one instead. After those are done, I'll enter the vet schools and get my the Doctor of Veterinary Medicine. And being able to talk with the admissions office confidently through emails and phone calls was a big result of all of this, because I don't email people that I don't know or hold conversations with them through phone calls or anything. I never answer phone calls unless I know the number, but now I'm more confident and relaxed whenever I do answer a number I don't know. I can confidently move forward from Ozarka knowing that I can make it at a bigger campus, and I know where I'm going and how to get there. Ozarka helped with many skills, such as prioritizing goals and practicing time management. Prioritizing goals. Before coming to Ozarka, I knew what my goals were, but not how to necessarily achieve them or put them into action. I knew I wanted to be a vet, but I didn't know what I needed to do to make it happen other than go to college. Now I know that the minimum vet college GPA is 3.25, and I need to keep my GPA as high as possible so that I can stay ahead of the curve and just have a smoother process into vet college. I need to get volunteer hours at a vet clinic, which is still in the works. And I needed to keep a checklist of the steps to my goals so that I knew where I was and where I was going next. My time management was terrible before coming to Ozarka, because high school was really simple for me. I just did the homework whenever. I would study the night before a test rather than days before. And my essays I would write, unless it was a huge one, I would write it the night before or in class the next day before it was just due. And then I would just double check everything right before I turned it in. I kept my 4.0, but it was unorganized and an unorganized way to do things, and it was very stressful. I didn't know what time management was or how to do it, and I couldn't even keep up with the planner because I just thought it was too much work. This was my schedule on the left after I started Ozarka, because I needed a way to keep myself in check so that I'd get everything done on time. And so I got it into a habit to do things in a certain way. And I double and triple check everything before turning it in, just to make minor adjustments or proofread it, but I wouldn't wait till the last night to do it. That way I had more time to polish it. What experience contributed to this? I almost missed a deadline for a paper in my first 2 semesters, or one for either the first semester or the second semester, and it freaked me out. My psychology course I had it in my first semester, and I was not prepared at all for how to learn psychology. It was really difficult, and I broke down and had like a freak out moment. And so I started studying a little each day so that the chapters wouldn't seem so tedious, and I learned the chapters a lot better that way, and I figured out how exactly to work out my time management skills because of it. Writing essays for English Comp 1 and Comp 2 with Brandy Gore definitely helped me with my time management because we'd work for weeks on a paper and then work on it in class, so we had scheduled deadlines that we had to have some progress made each of those days. So I knew to work ahead of time, or to work on it ahead of time so that I could have it done by the time class started. A leadership conference in Hot Springs, it taught me how to use my personality and strengthen my study habits and relationships with others, because my personality is kind of like reserved unless it's with friends, and so my study habits were very like, I don't want to mess with it unless I'm having to do it at the last second. But that leadership conference taught me how the best way to study was for me. Outside sources that also contributed to my planning was I got a job, and it changed my schedule every week, so I didn't work the same hours, and so I had to find time before then to work on it. Participation in out-of-class activities. TRIO was one of them. They took us on trips for leadership and learning about the world and the past behind us. We were taught about communicating at the Loco Ropes trip, and I learned a lot of very important lessons on how to express opinions and the confidence to lead myself and others, and to move forward in motivational goals and with other people and helping them along the way. The Spring Gala required ambassadors like me and a bunch of others to help Riley and the kitchen staff with guests and running the event smoothly. We refilled drinks, talked with people, helped with the dishes, and handed out the dinner plates and desserts and everything. Minor out-of-class events that helped was the drunk driving awareness event. It really showed people how bad drunk driving can be whenever you put the goggles on and drove the car around. The leadership conference taught me how to collaborate with people because I had to talk in a big group and present a speech at the end of the conference on stage to the other groups that had been working on theirs during the time we were there. The leadership day at the Capitol taught me about passing bills and how much communication is required for business or anything. And if you believe in something, make sure that you stand up for it, because somebody else is going to be standing up for what they believe in, and maybe you can come to an agreement. Seeing the senators vote and talk about the bills was a huge thing for me, because I didn't realize how heated it could get whenever you're trying to get a bill to pass. Ozarka's mission to provide life-changing experiences, it gave me a medium between university and high school where it kind of met in the middle, because high school had limits on what you could do, while college at Ozarka gave me time to fix my problems about procrastinating and not turning in work and prepare me for university life. It gave me the freedom of a small campus that was easily maneuverable and helped me meet leaders like Riley Bevel, Mr. Dawson, Brandy Gore, and amazing teachers like Brandy Gore, Kara Leverett, and Candace Killian. And it gave me memories that will last a lifetime. Don't procrastinate. When you want to achieve something, push yourself till you're there. Don't give up when it gets hard, because that's when you learn most and grow. And challenge yourself. It's what shows you what you can do. And most importantly, it taught me that college, while more challenging, is not as necessarily scary as I thought it was. And I can go anywhere to achieve my goals as long as I keep learning. So, thank you.